Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most difficult trading card games to get into. With over 10,000 different cards and so many different products to choose from, where do you even begin? Using a budget of just £30 a week, I set out to mould my own deck and climb the competitive ladder all the way to the European Championships. The challenge? All my cards have to be obtained through sealed official products. I'm not allowed to trade, I'm not allowed to buy cards individually, and instead have to rely on the cold, hard luck of the draw. You're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch. It's the end of an era. Master Rule 4 is dead, and Master Rule 5 is officially live.
This changes everything!
At least until we pull Nightmare Griffin, because Nightmare Griffin's effect text basically says no. So from now on, Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz monsters can be summoned to any zone you like. Konami's elaborate, 2 or 3 year plan to nerf pendulums is done. Nothing really changes for us, we're still heading towards the same overpowered combo, except it's stronger now thanks to Griffin. The only thing that will change is the competition. Yes, I'm excited to see what MR5 decks you have in store for me. With our duels in the series now being online against patrons and channel members, so many new challengers have joined the club of trying to take me down. You big bunch of bullies. But with that being said, big shoutouts to Jalen Wilson, Jill Lapis, JV Man, Godram, SPV, Mark Curley, Kenji, Big Boy Fred, Brady, God of Murder, Survivor of Lauren's Massacre, Xanthius Hater, Mezzo Emeries, and JT. Thank you all so much. Remember and join the Discord. It's important that you do, not just so that you can be notified when I'm looking for an opponent, but also so you can take part in stupid stuff like this. And this. If you also want to join or make a contribution yourself, links are as always down below. Now, in the last episode, we made a big dent on the wish list. By pulling Almirage and the Simorgh link, we've narrowed down the 4 cards we need from Dual Overload to just 2. Union Carrier and Halki Fibrax. Unfortunately, these cards are a little bit harder to pull, but if you look at this graph, the luck of the pack increases with the amount of likes and subscribers we have. So if you want us to get the cards we need and progress with the series, then you're gonna have to smash the like button and subscribe. That's just how it is. I don't make the rules. With this being episode 25, it's only fitting for us to hit that 25k subscriber mark now. It's a big push, but I know we can do it before episode 26 comes out 1 week from today. So share the series around, get your dog to subscribe, and hopefully we'll get what we need. It's called needle fiber! Alright, so, same as last time, we have a dual overload for £20, but this is where things get interesting, okay? Shadows in Valhalla is hard to find, and with this lockdown, we might struggle to find the Apex Avian, because I only have 2 packs left before I have to find some more. So that's £2.50 each. That's £25 spent. We're also going to give you a little spicy taste of what's to come. We have 1 pack of Draghi della Leggenda. Dragons of Legend, Italian edition. This was £3, so that's £28 altogether. And finally, we have 1 pack Horizon Rampage. These are $2.50, but, 50p. Screw the rules. We don't have money, apparently. Not anymore, anyway. So let's just crack into these, starting with the one, the only Dual Overload. We got that, and what's going to be the big card? Stardust. Tour Guide. Okay, yeah, we'll take a Tour Guide. To go with our Blue Eyes, we can build a Tour Guide Blue Eyes deck, I guess. We're gonna do things a little bit differently today, but we'll get into that. Right, let's start with the Needle Fiber pack. Halki Fibrax, I need to start saying Halki Fibrax. I don't want to hear one comment in the comments moaning about the name. It's just what we got given, okay? It's just how it goes. Check this out, my dudes. Right, so, as I said, in European cases, the best card is at the front. We're gonna leave it till the end. We're gonna leave all of them till the end. Right, so Magical Musketeer Casper to go with our Starfire from the last episode. King Dragoon. Speedroid Marvel Machine, and Boaty McBoatface. Very cool. Union Carrier is what we're looking for as well. That goes to the front. Right, another Simorgh, Burb of Sovereignty. Bloom Harmonist, the Melodious Composer, Round Boy, and Herald of Mirage Lights. Pack number 3. Front card down there. We've got Alien Shock Trooper M-Frame, Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, another Herald of Mirage Lights with his... He's gonna beat us up. Look at that fist clenched. And another Round Boy. Okay, we're gonna get a playset of a couple of things here. Cyber Dragon Infinity. Still haven't pulled an Alt-Art Infinity on camera. Front guard goes down there, and we have Zombie World. I seen a picture recently on Zodiac with all the little monsters pointed out, like Soul Absorbent Bone Tower. And there's a bunch of others, but I can't think of them right now. So Zombie World, another Almirage, very cool. Ojama Emperor, and Malefic Paradox Gear. It's like a hentai jelly bean in a chair. Right, Fantastical pack. Honestly, I don't think we need another Fantastical. One's fine, and obviously with MR5 being a thing now. Oh, this episode's actually the official MR5 debut, so we'll see how that goes later. But yeah, Fantastica's kind of lost a little bit of power. So one will do. Malefic Selector, Card of Fate. This thing is like a proper headache. Each player chooses one card from their deck, then each player combines it with 4 additional random cards chosen from their deck by their opponent. Then randomly selects one of those 5 cards to reveal and add to their hand. Shuffle the rest back into the decks. You can only activate 1 Card of Fate per turn. Of course, it's Dark Magician in the background there. Sai, Framelord Omega, and Cubic Causality. We could actually make this, but probably not worth it. We do get locked to darks most of the time. And final Pack of Destiny. That can go down. We have Enema's Judgment. Should have had Judgman there. MST, Malefic Territory, and another Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. We pulled one, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, what do we move on to next? We have 2 Shadows in Valhalla, so we'll start with one of them. Psych, what's... Oh! Armalire the Starliege Dragon. So I've seen a lot of people actually hyped for this thing, but I honestly... I don't see the plays, my guys. I can't... I mean, it's got the arrows, but yeah, not worth it. So yeah, Shadows in Valhalla. How many supers are actually in this set? 40 super rare cards. We're looking for 1 in 40. We get 4 chances per pack. Please, we need Apex Avian so we don't have to search for more Shadows in Valhalla. Red Dragon Ninja, Valkyrie's Vita, Goddess Urd's Verdict, and Magical Meltdown. Okay, ooh, Shadow Fusion, secret rare. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's us got a sealed only Shadow invoked. Right, we'll do the Rise and Rampage next. God, can you imagine if this was the one that had the Beaumont? Just a random ass pack. Right, number 29, Mannequin Cat. Set Uppercut, Cataclysmic Cryonic Caldo, Rescue Interlacer, Simorgh, Return, Vault, Star. Yeah, okay, garbage. Just what I expected. Oh, yo! Oh, we got one. Okay, we just need Halki Fibrax left. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay. Right, Shadows in Valhalla. If we get Apex Avian, pog, dude. All right. Urgent Ritual Art, Akashic Magician, Cyber Dark Impact. There's 1 super left. It's a... Oh! Oh my god! We actually got it. We actually got it. That... Oh. Thank... Oh! Gateway to Chaos. Yep, very cool. Dude. Okay, so we need a Blackwing tuner in this. Carbonedon would be nice because it's a 1-card Halki Fibrax, but a Blackwing tuner. I don't know what it's going to be called in Italian. I guess we'll find out. And then... Bujinki Ahashima. Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, let's crack into this meatball. We have Nero Sonico. So they put the secret to the front, apparently. No idea what that thing is. Cani d'Assalto. Not what I'm looking for. Tandem Psychroid. Alanera Hurricaneal Tornado. Oh, yo, that's a Blackwing. I assume that's a Wing Beast. Obviously, it's Blackwing. That works. So, pog, dude, that's... Mate. If we have Halki Fibrax here, we've completed the wish list. Just like that. Yo, whoa, 2 Union Carriers. I'm not complaining at all, like in the slightest. We only need one, so that'll go in the binder. I don't think we can update any combos. We can maybe slot in Union Carrier. I don't know. I'll go figure it out. Yo, so in the opening, I said if we get Halki Fibrax, the wish list is complete. That's not to say that Griffin is not in the wish list, but we can still play through our full combo without Griffin, just replace it with like Abomination or something. Also, there's no changes to the deck for this episode. Union Carrier just doesn't fit in when our combo makes spheres anyway, so there's just really no point. And finally, remember, it's episode 25, meaning we're going to be looking at the collection binder after the gameplay. So stay tuned for that. For now, let's go clap some cheeks. Right, so round one here, we're up against our boy Silverfrog, and we actually win rock, paper, scissors, and we have a good hand for going first. Starting off with our classic 2 Crusadia monster combo, we managed to resolve an LP and climb to Yugioh. Unfortunately, on our Yugioh effect to draw, we get hit with an Ash Blossom, meaning we won't be able to end on our full board. Using our quick launch in hand to get access to Pisty, we continue to combo until we have spheres and Borrowload Savage with Ash in hand. He normals Flame Buffalo. I really didn't expect to see Salads at the start of MR5, but yeah, here we go. So on the normal summon, I activate Spheres to bounce it back to his hand. He would actually be able to activate Buffalo's effect here because it was face up and it left the field, but I don't think he realized, so I used a second effect of Spheres to summon Galactic Spiral from the deck. Unless they have a good hand, Salads really can't do that much if you bounce their normal summon, so he just sets 3 back row and passes turn. Top decking a Tempest for turn, I normal summon Arboria and link into Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of one of his back row, pitching Jackalope. Using Jackalope's effect and Tempest, we climb our way up to Borrowsword for the kill, but we get dabbed on with a strike. So going to the battle phase, we punch him for 4/4 and pass turn, still with a negate and an Ash. Once again, he goes for the Buffalo play by linking into Balinx, which is totally fine. He follows up with a Foolish Burial, where we drop the Ash Blossom, and then using a Crusadia Reclusia, he links his way through a Sunlight Wolf into a Transcode Talker. The last card in his hand is, of course, the Field Spell, so when he activates the effect of Transcode to revive Sunlight Wolf, that's when we drop the Savage Negate, and then we can just be over Transcode on our next turn for 2100 exactly. Game 2, he of course chooses to go first, and we once again open up a very good hand. With no interruption for his turn, he's able to go through all his salad plays, getting to a board of a co-linked Transcode Talker and Sunlight Wolf and a set unknown back row. Drawing Tracer for turn, I start by activating Twinnies in the standby phase, pitching Seyfert and targeting just his unknown back row in the attempts to like force out a roar or something. He flips Imperial Order, to which I chain Quick Launch, getting a summon of Rokket Recharger. The amount of things we can do with this combination of cards is actually just insane, so I start by normal summoning Draco and linking into Maggie, then linking Recharger into Striker Dragon to Maggie's zone. Since we have Tracer in hand, I chain block the search for Boot Sector launch and he drops Ash on the Magius. Next I summon Collapserpent and link into a co-linked Nightmare Phoenix, popping his Imperial Order, getting a draw, and searching for Wyverburster. Summoning it right away, we link everything into Borrowsword, now meaning my opponent controls more monsters than I do. So activating Boot Sector launch, we can revive Tracer and make LP. You know the drill, my dudes. Resolve LP, you win. Round 2. We're up against Zane. He wins rock, paper, scissors, and he's going first, playing Unchained. Now, looking at our hand, we opened Ash, which is nice, but the real killer is that we opened Phantazmay. The whole gimmick behind Unchained is to target your opponent's monsters and use them as link material, but because Phantazmay stops targeting, we have nothing to worry about. So he sets 2 back row and activates the effect of Aruha, popping one of them to special summon itself. Then, because the trap was destroyed, he can special summon an Unchained monster from his deck, so I drop the Ash Blossom here. Normal summoning the new card Sarama, he links into the link 2, enabling Phantazmay, and passes turn. Drawing into a Dragon Shrine and a Snake, I put back the Snake, and then for turn, we draw into Collapserpent. A very interesting hand, but because we're protected by Phantazmay, I feel pretty safe. So to kick things off, I activate Dragon Shrine, sending Seyfert to the graveyard, allowing me to summon Collapserpent. Linking into Striker Dragon, we get a search for both Wyverburster and Boot Sector launch. So summoning Wyverburster, I can climb up to Romulus and search for Dragon Ravine. Pitching Absorouter to dump Spiral and get Tracer to hand, we continue comboing off until we get to Ding to get rid of his back row, so he chains that, reviving an Unchained monster. Now feeling confident that we have easy game, I go through the rest of my cards for him to hit us with a main decked Nibiru. Zane, be honest with me, you put that in there just for this match, didn't you? You complete asshole. Thing is though, the token has over 11,000 attack, and he has nothing. So I just fucking punch him with it. Game 2, to my surprise, he makes us go first, but Considering he was main decking Nibiru, I assume he's put in so many different going second cards that there's no point making a board. Couple that with the fact that Unchained capitalizes off using their opponent's monsters for link material, I decide not to waste my resources. So normal summoning Seyfert, I activate its effect, fetching Collapserpent from the deck. I then banish Seyfert to summon Collapserpent, link into Striker Dragon, get a search for white, summon white, and link into spheres. Now I set up for next turn by activating Foolish to dump Absorouter and get Tracer to hand, set 2 back row called by the grave and quick launch, and pass turn. He starts off with Abomination's Prison, which is basically just a rota for the deck, searching any Unchained monster. Once again, he sets a back row and pops it with Aruha to summon itself and summon another Unchained monster from the deck. Then, on a new chain, because a card he controlled was destroyed, he can summon Abominable Unchained Soul from hand. With Soul, he attempts to pop my quick launch, so I chain it summoning Recharger from the deck, which was actually the incorrect option because it doesn't float in the end phase. I should have chose Silverrokket, but it doesn't matter. He then uses the effect of Disaster, targeting my spheres to use it as link material, so obviously I'm forced to tribute my spheres, but the thing is, I don't really know what to bounce in Unchained. I don't think it really makes a difference. Summoning Spiral off the spheres effect, he then goes on to normal summon Sarama, activating its effect, popping his Aruha. Now Aruha, when it's destroyed, also summons from the deck, so we hit that with Called by the Grave. Linking both his monsters into a Nightmare Phoenix, he attacks over the Spiral with 0 defense, and ends his turn, where Recharger gets destroyed. Drawing into a Called by the Grave, I realize that the trap he set is currently useless, and Phoenix isn't doing anything either, so this should just be easy game. Just in case he does have Nibiru, I need to summon Borrowed Savage within 5 summons, so I activate Boot Sector Launch, Revive and Recharger, and then normal summon Tracer. This allows me to summon Spiral, and then make Savage for the 4th summon. I did slightly mess up, I accidentally summoned LP instead of Pisty, but it doesn't matter, we still won in the end. For the 3rd and final round, we're up against Dormaggio. We get to choose first, and we're up against Simorgh. He ends up with 0 interruption, and we very easily have full combo with this hand. We even managed to end on an Ash, Boot Sector Launch for recovery next turn, and Reclusia for removal next turn as well. He starts his turn with Onslaught, which discards a Winged Beast and searches for 2 Simorgh monsters with different attributes. It's a very good card in the archetype, so we negate that and attach it with Hope Harbinger. Next up, he summons Bird of Beginning, which gives him an additional normal summon he uses to summon Bird of Bringing. This one can search any Simorgh card, so I negate that with Savage. I probably should have just used Ash here, but yeah, I negate it with Savage, allowing him to then link into Nightmare Cerberus and pop my Savage. I change spheres to the effect because I don't want him being able to extend into the Simorgh link and then summoning God knows what from the deck, but he's able to do this anyway because I control no back row and he's able to special summon back all of his little burbs. Thankfully, during the end phase, we do have the Ash to stop the Simorgh link summoning from the deck, and it's back to us. Top decking a Goliath, our hand's kinda useless, but we do summon back Tempest and beat over his Simorgh link and deal some damage. He doesn't really have any steam left, and shortly afterwards concedes the game. Game 2, he's going first, and we open no interruptions, so I'm quite excited to see what he can do. Outside of the whole infinite negates thing, the deck's actually playable now thanks to the link. He normal summons Beginning, and then uses its effect to normal summon another Beginning, and then links into Union Carrier. Sadly, I think he was missing an extender to actually capitalize on Union Carrier's effect, so instead he just brings back Beginning, and goes into the big burb. I only just realized watching this back that you can't because Union Carrier can't be used as link material the turn it's link summoned. Whoopsies, accepted game state. Finally, he sets a back row and summons the Wind Barrier statue off of Simorgh's effect. Only wind monsters can be special summoned. My only real play here, honestly, is to just normal summon Tracer and beat over his statue. Next, I set Dragon Shrine and activate Snake in the hopes of building a board, but he chains Featherstorm to my Snake effect. It's a broken Harpy card that straight up just negates all monster effects until the end of the turn. So yeah, it's a hard pass there. During my end phase, his Simorgh link summons a big bird from the deck, and it's over to him. I draw into another Arboria for my next turn, and I'm ready to combo. Using just 2 Crusadia cards, we get to the LP, summon back Red MD, summon back Tracer, go into Borrow Sword, and get hit with a rock. But we're not quite done just yet. Activating Snake, we discard a Draco and draw into a Nessie. Activating Nessie, we discard Arboria and draw into Quick Launch. Using the token to then make Link Spider, we can special summon Arboria to its zone and go into a 4 material Saryuja. Activating Quick Launch, we get access to Pisty, who revives Red MD, who revives Borrow Sword. And that's a game on board there, but I want to keep going apparently, so I activate Dragon Shrine, sending Spiral, summon Spiral, link into Spheres, activate Spiral's effect, and go into Dingirsu. It actually results in a lower damage output, but I was just playing and seeing what I could do, so yeah, we then proceed to kill him. Once again, a bunch of misplays here and there, but 6 games, 6 wins, bringing our kill streak back up to 5. This time I don't plan on losing it, especially when we're so close to buffing our deck once again as soon as we get Halqifibrax. And when we do, easy nuke, boys. Easy nuke. Bring it on. Ladies and lumps, it's that time in the series again where we ponder back over our collection and just admire all the cards we've pulled in the past. As you can see here, we've massed enough commons to fill a whole box of Dual Devastator and half of another. Plus this little tin here has all our rares in it and a couple extra holos, and our 2 giant cards from Dual Overload we've pulled so far. We also completely filled our binder, so I've had to upgrade to a second one and divide out the holos. So all the supers we've pulled in the series are in this green binder, and all our secrets and ultras and ultis and misprints, they're all in the blue one. In terms of what this cost us, I think we're about £925 deep in sealed product, regionals, locals, all that stuff. It's just so insane to think that this all started with just 3 structure decks. We've come so far. When it comes to the accumulative value of all the cards we have, I want to say roughly between £800 and £850. I'm actually surprised it's still so high despite all the reprints of our expensive cards like Fantastical and Signet Mining, but I guess at the same time we're just plussing so hard pulling things like Invocation, especially when we don't need them. Anyway, yeah, so Halqifibrax and Nightmare Griffin are the main 2 cards we're after now. I might struggle to find Megatins considering the lockdown situation, but I might be able to get some delivered, we'll see. Next upload should hopefully be sub-Sunday on Sunday, of course, with the Dream Mirror match. I also want to chill for a little bit over the weekend as well, so next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch should be up next Thursday. Remember, we're pushing for that 25,000 subscriber mark before that, so remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Although throughout the course of editing this video, we've already gained about 200 subs, so we should be on track to achieve that naturally. I actually love you guys, like I'm so surprised that the channel is still growing so quickly. I thought the Steam would have run out like so long ago. But no, we're still here, and we're here to stay. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace to